Hey, so I hear that you got another new figure. Who is it?
I'm not telling you.
Why not?
Because you're gonna throw a fit.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you kinda will.
Really? Then show me who this new guy is. Seriously, where is he?
Follow the camera.
Really? A green car. Okay. I don't get a review, yet this thing does. What's so special about him? I mean, I can transform.
Really? What can you transform into?
A race car.
He turns into a race car and a helicopter.
He wins.
Good boy. Hey guys, what's up? BC coming back at you guys with another Transformers video review. This time we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Generations Voyager Class Springer. And I'm just gonna say it right now. Go buy it. Just take my word for it. Go buy it. This figure literally surprised the hell out of me. I thought for sure that I was gonna be the only one who would get the dud and be like, this figure is nothing but a piece of crap, and then forget about him for like the next, 30 years? And having this in hand, transforming him a couple times, getting to know him, holy hell, this thing is amazing. Now, he's got the turret up here, which again, it's removable. You can lift this up and give him a seat, even though no one will ever fit in that. I mean, I guess you could try and stick a G.I. Joe back there, but I doubt even one of them would fit. Maybe a Lego would fit back there. I don't know. Leave me alone. So, yeah. This gun is actually pretty cool in the fact that it's pressurized. Where sliding that forward will launch a ball missile. I forget what these are actually called. A push missile, that's what it is. A push missile. So yeah, it's a push missile that works as if it's spring-loaded. And I know a lot of people's wouldn't really launch right. Mine are powerful. Now, since I just launched those, I'm gonna take the gun, reload it, and put it off to the side because there's one more thing I want to show you guys, and that is pretty much his defining trait, and that is the sword. Kind of fold these back up. Which that is basically how it stores in car mode, and that's basically just a case of since it's on camera, it won't stay together. In real life, he holds together pretty well. In front of a camera, he won't hold together for shit. But yeah, this is his sword. And this thing is freaking awesome. Because when I show you this feature, it'll be basically beginning the transformation. It splits, and this green section right here will flip up, and then the blades will attach here and make his propellers. Can you tell I watched too much Tobuscus? Anyways, since it's easier to go from vehicle to vehicle than it is from going vehicle to robot, I don't know why it's difficult for me to go from vehicle to robot for me. With triple changers, it just always has been. Yeah. We're gonna start the transformation into helicopter mode by basically just untabbing these sections from here, and then coming back here, flipping these pieces around like this, lifting this off, and then rotate this piece all the way back until you hear it click. It clicks louder on the other side, or not. Make sure these leg panels stay together. Then you're gonna come underneath here, flip these landing gear out, and then angle this down. Somebody messaged me on Skype. Woohoo! And then angle these, straightens back out, and then fold this down like this. And if you guys can give me just a second, and we will finish the transformation. And we are back. Sorry, I had to check and make sure that I was needed somewhere. But anyways, yeah, you kind of take these and you fold these back like this. And we will get more into those in just a second. Because you're going to take this green cockpit section, untab it, and then move it forward like this. And then peg it back in. Kind of make sure that these are pushed in just enough so that when you fold this down and peg this in, mine doesn't peg in all that steadily, but that's okay. I mean, you basically you almost have the basic shape to the helicopter. All of what else you really have to do is come in here and pull this out. Rotate it around like that, which will reveal a peg. Well, that peg's already there. You get what I mean. Flip the window around like that, and then take this whole thing, fold it over like this, and then fold this over and peg it on right there. Now, there's no locking mechanism for this whole thing unless there's something I'm missing. Like, unless there's like some kind of sliding mechanism that allows this to peg in. And I don't know. But it just kind of sits there. It bugs me a little bit, but you know what? I can get over it. Come in here and come on. Come on. There we go. Lift this up. Flip it around. Fold this in, fold this around, fold this in, peg it in there, and then fold this back like this. And then technically, that's the helicopter mode. Because now you peg that on. And now he has his helicopter blades. And then you can basically come in here and flip down a landing gear to have him out like that. But what I do is to make sure that I can have all his weapons on him no matter what. I plug this on underneath right there. And that essentially is the helicopter mode. Now, of course, my favorite of the two vehicle modes, without a doubt, it would have to be the car mode, the armored car mode. The helicopter mode, I like it. I actually really like it. I just kind of wish that this didn't stick out so much. Like, maybe I'm just not pushing it in enough, which, even though I pushed it in further, it still sticks out too much. And I kind of wish that his legs weren't so obvious here, because you can pretty much completely tell that those are supposed to be his legs. Because the front section folds up in an ingenious way to where it completes the illusion of he's supposed to be a helicopter. Back here, you can blatantly see it's a bunch of legs. It's just 2 legs that are sandwiched together. And just, I don't know why that bugs me. It just does. Which I realize it sounds like I'm harping on him when in reality I'm not, because that's just a minor setback that I can get over. Because let's face it, the shining moment is when you turn this bad boy into robot mode. So let's flip this back around, and you want to make sure that these teeth, you want to make sure that this comes down and locks on there before you flip this up. Because if you don't, this will start rotating around on you when you're trying to peg it together, and then you'll end up snapping one of the teeth. I almost did that. I'm glad that I caught it before I did anything worse. So yeah, there's the sword. Come underneath here. Here's the gun. Now to get into robot mode. First off, let's lift the camera up and lock it in this time, so that when I smack into the camera won't go wah like it did in a couple other videos. But anyways, you unpeg those, straighten this out, fold these forward again, straighten these out, and then flip this up, flip his feet forward like this, and flip out the heels. Yes, and then just kind of rotate these to whatever your liking is. I tend to just kind of have him hanging off the side like this, because at least it gives him some faux heels. Because mine, not that it has trouble standing, it's just I'm a stiffler about making sure my figures are stable no matter what. But anyways, yeah, you unpeg his legs, and then you straighten them out, which it is there. You would never notice it, but there's a little hinge in here that you gotta push up. Now coming up to the top is where a lot more of the work comes in. And you're gonna unpeg his shoulders from these yellow panels, and then you come in here, you flip this around, and then you rotate this, peg it in up here, flip out his hand, and then close this back up, and that makes his arm. Which I found this element of design to get his arms to transform, I find that ingenious. And you have options with how you transform your Springer in robot mode. Now, this is important. When you're transforming his head or his chest, always have this out, because you need that out, so when you bring his head up and through, the head crest will clear that, so you can flip this all the way down, and then you can flip this all the way up, peg it in up there, and then I guess technically you can come back here and fold all this down, which naturally it's supposed to be up, and then you just fold that flap up, which I find it funny that not only is it flipped upside down, but it's printed just a little bit over his waist, so it looks like a tramp stamp. I'm sorry, I found that funny. But anyways, essentially, there is Springer in robot mode. Now, of course, you have options. If you want the IDW look, you slide these up and then angle them out. Which, if you're a fan of the IDW design, you can do that. But in general, I don't really like that. And plus, I don't remember Springer having those two things out like that in G1, so I'm just gonna fold them in and keep them there. and have him look awesome. I got rid of my GDO Springer because I was looking forward to this. But yeah, essentially, as I keep saying that, there's Springer in bot mode. And just, like I said, this bot mode is his shining moment. It looks freaking awesome. Sorry about that. We're now, of course, he does still have his weapons. Let's pull that back. Stick his gun in. And then, of course, give him his sword. Which, a case of, if you don't want him to be holding the sword, and you just want him holding the gun, you can take this out of his hand, and you can plug it onto his back like that. Which, yeah, it looks a little derpy, hanging off the side like that. But, you know what? Whatever, it's still storage. But basically, I will pose him with that in hand. I will either pose him with it in hand, or, I love this, you have options with how you play with this dude. Because if you look, because that same peg, you can plug in underneath the gun, and give him this gigantic bayonet. And, like, this just looks freaking awesome on him. Now, let's get him in with some other figures. Kind of move that to the side. Here's Predaking, which him and Predaking are kind of sort of the same size. Which I should probably fix this. There we go. Or, you know what, screw it, I'll bring them closer. There we are. So yeah, as you can see, him and Predaking about the same size. Him and Optimus. As you can see, Optimus is just a tad taller. And it's pretty much a given who else I'm showing him off with. My favorite of the Prime figures so far, Shockwave, which Shockwave is taller than him. But oh well. And yes, I have all the Beast Hunter crap on him, so let's take all that off. Shall we? Let's. Yeah. Just, yeah. Kind of take him in. For how much I like Shockwave, I'm really enjoying Springer. But before I gush anymore, let's try not to gush over his articulation, because holy crap, his articulation just makes me smile. He has a ball joint within his head. So, very emotive and light piping. Anyways, he's got a ball joint and a hinge within this shoulder. He's got a bicep swivel, ratcheted elbow. Now the wrists can go in like that, and then they can also rotate. Very nice. Does he have a waist? Does he have a waist joint? Holy crap! He has a waist joint. I didn't know that. Haha! He has a waist joint. Okay, so yeah. Hips in and out like that. A thigh swivel. Ratcheted knees. And then you kind of sort of have some toes. So altogether, a very posable figure that doesn't end up ruining his design. If you couldn't tell already, I really like this figure. So if you guys have been looking for him, or at least have been on the fence on whether or not to pick him or Blitzwing up, I say pick him up. Springer pick up. I don't have Blitzwing yet, and I really can't make any final judgments on him until I have him in hand, which that's my rule. But you know, don't feel bad about picking him up. This is worth it. As he squeaks on the table. So you can check out BC Direct every Friday night, at 8:30. Ha! I said it. With this said, this is BC saying stay nerdy and get your geek on. I'll catch you guys in the next review.